This is Boxing Tickets NI. We're here at the warehouse in the Red Cow Hotel. Delighted to be joined by victorious Glenn Byrne, moved to 5-0 tonight. Glenn, it's a crazy stat. You've yet to lose a round as a professional boxer. Like, you haven't come into boxing with a big amateur pedigree and everything else like that. Like, it just seems to be you're taking every fight in your stride. I'd probably say that's your best performance yet as a pro as well.
Yeah, Marty, thanks very much for that. Don't get me wrong, my first fight was a sloppy fight against Alan White. I probably could have dropped around, but on paper I didn't drop around, and same through the rest of my fights. I do believe I'm getting better. I think the training's paying off me. The amount of time Jay and Matthew are putting into me is ridiculous. Same with young Matthew. Matthew, I can't praise him enough. He doesn't need to. He trains alongside me, but at the end of training he stops for probably 20 minutes and tells me what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. He's 22 years of age, and like, I have no problems with someone telling me that. Anybody wants to give me any advice, I'm open to it once it's going to benefit me. So I feel like that's shown in me fights. Second fight I stopped a Brazilian guy, wasn't really much of a show. The third fight I was very sloppy. I didn't control my energy well, but the fourth fight I done really well against Ratty, and then I believe there that, as you said, that was my best performance. I showed I was clever, I boxed, I didn't fall into any traps, I picked my shots well. I felt like I done well in it, yeah.
You're sort of boxing very well to instructions, sort of, you know. I think I've said this to you before, you're like a sponge, you're sort of taking everything in and applying it, and that's all you can ask for as a professional. You know, if you're easy to train, and you obviously take that in the ring, it's easy to take you on levels. You know, it's like, we're not saying you're going to be fighting for a world title next year, but you're developing, you're doing these baby steps very well. You know, not losing around 5 fights within a year of being a pro. Like, you probably couldn't ask for it to be any better at this stage.
No, 100% not. I fought in September of last year on a semi-pro card. I fought a nice guy, John Caney, over in England, and I won the fight. I done well in it. But if I picture myself September looking to now, there's not, like, in a million years I could have thought of any of this happening. I didn't want to turn professional then. I said to Jay, no, I need to have more semi-pro fights, but I just couldn't get them to kind of suit me dates. So then when he announced he was doing his first one in November, I said, fuck, I've nothing to lose. Like, as you said, anybody can give me advice, I'm going to take it. I was up in Belfast sparring there, John Boyd and KJ McMahon, who's going to make his debut in November. I got really good rounds off them. But anything they can tell me, D. Walsh was there, he told me something. Anybody who wants to give me any advice, I'll take it on board, because I need to. As you said, I come in with very limited amateur experience, so anybody that can benefit me, I'm going to take it on board. As I said, Matthew, Jay, young Matthew, they all just, anything they tell me, I'll take on board, because it's benefiting me. And I think you can see that as I progress. I am getting a lot cleverer in the ring. I'm picking me shots, whereas I used to throw for the sake of it. That's like before this fight, I said, I don't want to be just throwing shots for the sake of it. I want to sit and wait, try and counter him, try and like set shots up. I think in that fight I was feinting a good bit, and I think it was a clever performance against a tricky operator. If I let him be tricky, I didn't play into his games. He was happy to sit in the ropes. He was very negative, but I didn't allow him. I kind of stepped back and let him come towards me, which I done my better work.
You're well aware of obviously your brother's career and stuff, everything else like that as a professional. Like, were you sort of maybe blinkers sort of on? You probably didn't understand maybe at the start of professional boxing that you would sort of have these sort of journeyman levels. Did you think it was sort of going to be people of similar level or better? Like, is that what was making you dubious of turning pro at that stage? Were you not aware of the journeyman sort of level at the start, or you just didn't feel ready?
No, I understand the whole thing about journeyman. Like, being totally honest with you, when I fought in the semi-pro scene, I fought a lot better people than I fought as journeyman, so that was fine to me. I understand the role and it benefits. So like, journeyman, fair deals to them, they do a great job, and they're the ones who keep boxing going. You need it in your career. It was more so the fact that I hadn't boxed in, I had like a white collar fight about 3 years ago, but before the semi-pro fight I hadn't boxed properly in, I think it was 6 years. So it was like, I went to London, had a semi-pro fight, and then the next thing I'm turning professional. People are going to be saying, what the fuck's this idiot doing? Like, so it was more so, I say like an ego thing, but it was like, people are going to be saying, what's that gobshite doing? Like, he wasn't boxing like, I went back boxing last July, so it was like, I've flat out since then, but up until then I wasn't boxing, I was playing football and this, so that was the main reason why I didn't want to go professional. But it was just with the dates and the time suited. Now I couldn't be any happier that I have, because my career has gone perfect and I am progressing. Like, I'm kind of the person that needs to have a date in my head to keep training, so that's why I didn't like the amateurs, because you only fight like 2 competitions a year, so it's hard for me to stay motivated in the gym. So now I kind of fight every 2-3 months, and I'm in the gym the whole time, which I think it's shown by my performances that I am getting better.
Are you sort of like having to play, like, do you have sort of voice in your head where people might not think you were good enough to turn pro? Like, do you have that still in your head, like you're trying to to convince people that you are a professional boxer? Like, is that always in your head to go, people's going to think I shouldn't have turned pro? Is that always burning in the back of your head to go, you're out there to prove them people wrong? They might not be saying it, but they might be thinking it. So are you like trying extra hard to do things the right way?
Not really now. At the start I was like, right, I have to kind of prove myself, and I didn't get benefit me in the fight with Alan White because Alan's a good operator. He's very tricky, and he caused me a lot of problems on my debut. But I think people seeing that, right, he can box. I had a set of balls I could fight with him. So now it's the kind of thing of getting better at the boxing. But it's trying to now, like, I'm 5-0 and I am beating good level journeymen. So I've no worries now about things. A lot of people say, like, if they ask me what do I do or whatever, like, I start a new job, I tell people I box or whatever, they're like, geez, you're a professional boxer. It's not as glamorous as it is. Trust me, like, there's more hardship in it than it's worth at this stage. But I hope to reap the rewards in the future. So, like, I'm pumping myself through the mill now. As in the last interview, like, I work a full-time job, I work shift work, so I work 2 weeks a night, I work 2 weeks a day, is trying to get me training in. Like, I changed job to suit to going on to shift to give me more free time, but it's tough on the body. So it is, like, it's not a professional career. It's not glamorous unless you're signed with a match room, a top rank, Queensbury. So yeah, it's hard. Like, people, oh, he's a professional boxer, he's this and that. It's not glamorous. It's a tough career, but I enjoy it. It's a hobby. I'm not in it to make money because I have a job. So I'm in it to go as far as I can. I want to go as far as I can, and I'm hoping that I keep progressing and I can take these steps.
We know Jay's doing his next show 29th of November. Like, what's next for you? Will you take a break? Like, obviously you've sort of had a couple of fights, had a break, had a couple of fights, had a break. What's next? Is this you finished for the year, or will you go on to that card?
I'm saying to myself now that's probably me finished for the year. I was on holidays there. I was on holidays for 3 weeks throughout this fight camp, so I made the last week very tough on me. I'm also training for a marathon at the moment, so that's not helping. I'm cutting weight and I'm running 25 kilometres. My body felt it this week, so I'm going to sit down after this. I'll enjoy the weekend. I'll have a chat with Jay, see what the story is for the end of November. I probably won't feature on it. Now, I could be right as rain on Monday and say, right, I'm ready to go again, which I'd like to be because I'd love to have another one this year, but it's just, this week was a tough week for me. The holidays were on me. My sister got married in Lanzarote, so I was away for that, and then I'd be there with my mate, so it wasn't ideal. I trained as much as I could, but you know yourself, the eating. Like, I came back on the 13th of September, I had 20 pounds to lose. I weighed in, like, at my lightest this time at 154. So, I don't know, I'll see. I'll have a chat with Jay on Monday and see what the crack is, but I'd say it'll probably be February or March next year.
February, I think, Belfast again, so another Belfast show. But look, obviously congratulations, obviously once again moving to 5-0. Enjoy obviously your rest and recovery time, and we'll no doubt speak to you very soon.
Perfect, thanks very much, Marty. I just want to give a shout out to the sponsors I have, the Lock-In, Career Vision Recruiters, Matt and Recovery, Tammy, Ian Coyle and Metway, Wes Hammond minibuses. These all help me fight 5 times a year. Like, it's ridiculous cost to fight every year, 5 times in a year. You don't really see it in Ireland, except for now that Jay is running the shows. I'll tell you one thing, if there's any boxers out there who are considering going professional, there's nobody in Ireland better to go with than Jay if you want activity, if you want the right deal. These shows are electric. I'm buzzing to get down to the ring now for the two, for the co-main and the main. The warehouse is a brilliant venue, so thanks very much, Marty.
Thanks very much for your time. I'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, spot on. Thanks, Marty. Thanks.